Hey guys, in this video we're going to add the function so that we can delete the post here with this icon. Now I did have to come back into the course and make this video because unfortunately I forgot to upload this video when I created the course, so it might sound and look a little different as far as the audio and the video and so on. And I apologize for that if you missed this video and you had to do the project without it. But this is probably the easiest part. We basically just need to have an event, we click it, and then we make our request to our delete right here, and it should delete. And we need to delete it in the UI. So let's go ahead and go to our app.js, and let's add an event here. So we're going to say listen for delete. So we'll say document.querySelector, and we want to select here. We're actually going to be using event propagation, so we want to select the post ID. So posts, we want to add an event listener, and we want to listen for a click, and then we want to call a function called delete post. Okay, and then we'll go down here, and let's see, where should we put this? Let's just put it right below the submit post. And let's say function, not dunction, function delete post. And that's going to take in an event parameter. And let's stop the default link action. So we'll say e.prevent default, and let's just console log and make sure that this works. We'll just say delete. All right, so we'll save it, and let's go over here. Let's open up our console and click on one of these, and we get delete. All right, so like I said, we need to use a little event propagation because there's a lot of different of these delete buttons. So we're going to put an if statement here, and we're going to take the event parameter and call the target, and we want to use the parent element. So we want to say parent element dot class list. We want to look at the classes of the parent element, which will be the link, because the initial click is on the icon, and we want to see if it contains a delete class. So we're going to say dot contains, and does it contain a delete? Okay, so that'll give us that particular link. So once we get that, we want to create a variable called ID, and if we look in the UI.js where this is actually being generated, we have a data ID attribute. Okay, so that's how we can tell which post we want to actually delete. So to get that, we're going to say e.target. Again, we want the parent element because we want the link, not the icon. And let's say dot dataset dot ID. That'll get that ID. Okay, once we get that, let's just do a quick confirm to make sure they want to delete. So we'll say if confirm, and let's just say, are you sure? Yeah, we'll just say, are you sure? Okay, so they'll get a little prompt there. And if they're sure, then we're going to go ahead and make our request. So we'll take our HTTP object and say delete, which is already there, and pass in our URL. I'm going to use backticks here and say HTTP localhost, and it's 3000, and we want /posts and then / and then the ID. So we're going to use a variable syntax like that and pass in the ID. Okay, now that'll give us a promise back, so we'll say dot then, and let's say data. We'll use an arrow function, and then we want to show our alert, which we did in the last section. So let's say UI dot show alert, and we'll say post removed. And let's pass in for a class, we'll say alert and alert dash success, so that it's a green alert. Okay, once we do that, let's put a semicolon at the end of that. Once that's done, let's call the post again. So we'll say get posts. Okay, we want to call that function. Now if something goes wrong, we'll get a dot catch, and inside here we'll just take the error and we'll console log it. Alright, let's save that. So let's see, post 2, if I click that, are you sure? Okay, goes away and we get post removed. Awesome. Alright, so in the next video we're going to start on the edit, which, like I said, is probably the most difficult part. We need to figure out what we want to edit, get it in here, get the fields in here, and then be able to actually update it. Alright, so I'll see you in the next video.